Imagine buying your dream house, only to find out the previous owner never really left. This is the chilling story of The Intruder, a 2019 psychological thriller that turns the idea of home sweet home into a waking nightmare. We begin with Scott and Annie Russell, young, successful, in love, and ready for a new chapter. Scott is a sharp marketing executive. Annie is warm, creative, and optimistic. Tired of the constant noise and rush of San Francisco, they long for something quieter. When they stumble upon a beautiful estate called Foxglove, tucked deep in the serene Napa Valley, it feels like the perfect escape. The house is massive, sprawling green lawns, elegant rooms, and a forest surrounding it like a protective shield. It's peaceful, idyllic, and it's for sale. But the owner, Charlie Peck, comes with it, at least at first. Charlie is an older man, rugged and polite. He seems like the kind of guy who chops his own firewood and means every sir and ma'am he says. He tells them how the home has been in his family for decades. His wife, Ellen, recently passed away, and he's finally letting go. He even gets a little emotional during the tour, which makes Annie feel for him. She sees a man trying to move on from a painful past. Scott, though, senses something just slightly off. They buy the house, sign the paperwork, and settle in. Charlie hands over the keys. But he doesn't actually go away. Soon after moving in, Charlie keeps dropping by, first to mow the lawn, then to check on the place. He offers unsolicited advice about maintenance, compliments Annie a little too often, and brings over a bottle of wine as a housewarming gift, even though it's weeks after they moved in. When Annie is alone, Charlie seems to show up more frequently. He calls her darlin', tells her she's too kind for this world, and talks about how Ellen was just like her. It's subtle, but unsettling. Scott works in the city and is often gone during the day. When he returns and finds Charlie around again, alarm bells start to ring. One day, Charlie's caught chopping down a deer in the backyard with a rifle. He smiles like it's no big deal, even offering them some meat. Scott tells him, kindly but firmly, that he needs to stop coming around. Charlie agrees, but the visits don't stop. In fact, they get stranger. The security lights start flickering. Annie hears footsteps on the stairs when she's home alone. Cigarette butts begin to appear near the front porch, Charlie's brand. One night, Scott catches him watching the house from the edge of the woods, claiming he was just passing through. Scott does some research and finds something disturbing. Charlie didn't sell the house because he wanted to. He was forced to. Years of unpaid taxes, failed attempts to keep the property afloat. Everything. And then there's Ellen, his late wife. She didn't die of illness like Charlie claimed. She took her own life. Some even suspect Charlie may have been abusive. The whispers around town aren't comforting. Annie tries to give Charlie the benefit of the doubt. She feels sympathy for his loss, but even she can't ignore the creeping presence anymore. One day, while organizing in the cellar, she notices a loose wall panel. Behind it is a dark, narrow hallway leading to a small, hidden room. Inside, photographs of her, candid shots, a scarf she thought she'd lost, a bottle of her perfume. He's been inside their home, watching, collecting, obsessing. Scott installs cameras around the property, but the footage keeps going missing. He checks the wiring and finds it's been cut. Charlie knows how to avoid being seen. Things escalate when Scott and Annie's friend, Mike, visits. Mike immediately senses something is wrong and offers to help them confront Charlie. He walks into the forest after spotting movement, then vanishes. His car is found parked outside, but Mike himself is never seen again. Scott is done playing nice. He demands Charlie stay away for good. But Charlie doesn't take rejection well. The next day, the word "get out" is scratched into Scott's car hood. Police are contacted, but with no hard evidence. They say their hands are tied. And Charlie? He plays innocent, calm. Even tells Annie that Scott is aggressive and unstable, trying to turn her against her own husband. Then it happens. The power goes out one night. Annie is home alone. The house is cloaked in silence. Then footsteps, creaking stairs. A door clicks open. She hides in the closet, heart pounding, barely daring to breathe. Charlie walks through the house, flashlight in hand, muttering to himself. "This is my home," he says. "She was my wife." He truly believes Annie is Ellen, that Scott is some intruder who stole her. His mind is no longer based in reality. It's driven by obsession, delusion, and control. Scott returns, and a violent showdown erupts. Charlie pulls out a shotgun from a hidden stash in the basement. He corners Scott, accusing him of ruining everything. But Annie grabs a fireplace poker and attacks him from behind. It's a brutal, desperate fight. The once gorgeous home is destroyed in the chaos. Walls splinter. Blood stains the floor. Charlie keeps coming, refusing to give up. But finally, after a long struggle, Scott and Annie subdue him. He lies battered on the ground, still murmuring about the house. About Ellen, about what was supposed to be. The police arrive and take him away. Morning breaks. Annie and Scott sit on the front steps of Foxglove, exhausted and shaken. Their dream house is still standing, but it no longer feels like a dream. It's a reminder of what they survived, of how obsession can wear a friendly face, of how the past can haunt a place and the people inside it. The Intruder plays with the fear that the real monsters don't come from outside, but from those who once belonged. Charlie Peck wasn't a ghost or a demon. He was a man who couldn't let go and was willing to do anything, to reclaim what he believed was his. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, hit like, subscribe for more recaps, and let us know in the comments. What would you do if someone refused to let go of your home?